G'day friends, and welcome to our off-grid paradise. After almost 100 millimeters of rain fell overnight, completely transforming the landscape from drought to flash flooding. After having barely any rain for nearly 6 months, it was really nice to see the dam filling up and that we were successful in channeling the water into it. But the downside of this is that we weren't ready for this much water to fall on sensitive areas that didn't have enough erosion control or areas that hadn't had proper drainage. So in this video, we'll take you through some wins and also some valuable learning experiences about managing heavy downpours of rain. So this pond flows through a culvert underneath this driveway. Comes out here. Comes out of that culvert over there. Now you can see this V drain that we've created is working really well. Water is not only coming from that higher area down there pouring along the driveway, but large amounts are coming from down there as well, because that area is elevated too, and it all just concentrates here and flows through this V drain. So we probably should have made it a bit bigger. So you can see even here, water from over there is once again coming down here and pouring into this V drain. So it's a bittersweet thing having this much rain. So let's all learn from our mistakes here that places like this need to be stabilized with rocks and vegetation as soon as you can do so. We put this project off because it was a drought, but clearly that was a bad idea, and this whole area that you can see being washed out, it will all need erosion control, plus some more around the edges. So it's pretty cool. Our dam's filling up for the first time. We built it about 6 months ago, and it hasn't had anything more than a tiny puddle in it for the 6 months that we've had it. And now look at it. Almost knee deep. Alright guys, we're behind the mound now on the south side, and so something here I'd like to show you, which, as you can see behind me, there's plenty of water. And this is an example of what happens if you don't design your drainage properly. Or in our case, we knew what we had to do for the drainage, but we ran out of money for the project and we didn't finish it. So we thought, oh, that's okay, it's drought season, we'll design the drains later. And it just goes to show you want to do these things sooner or later. But let's just take a look at what's happened after about 150 millimeters of rain in 2 days time. So this is the situation now. So we've got plenty of water here. If I step off the driveway right now, I'm going to be knee deep in water. So now we're approaching the back side of the mound here, and as you can see, it's basically a dam now. So we always knew that this was a low point, and so was this, and the mound basically, by being there, prevented the water from running that way, which was its natural course before. So that's okay. All we really have to do here is cut a drain along here towards the dam. So the dam's down there, and the dam, or more so the two little ponds that we have that lead into the dam, are on the other side of this. So that's the situation here. We've created a dam where we didn't want one, and yep, all of these things are learning experiences, and that's okay. This water will dry out, and we'll fix it over time. And it's good to know that this is a part of the catchment area that we can actually use. So directing all of this water towards the dam is going to be really good and help us fill the dam up quicker and retain more water. So now coming over to the east side of the mound, we've got some erosion issues here as well to take a look at. So what's happened on this side is, this side had more topsoil. It didn't have as much of the hard compacted clay as the other sides of the mound. So what's happened was, because that whole area of the mound, the water just seemed to make its way through this spot here, and it's washed out some of the soil. Some of it has sunk in, and this is because the grass roots weren't developed enough to hold everything together yet. So what happens with grass roots, once they all become interwoven and they become thick and strong, they create this sort of mat that tends to hold everything together. And of course, planting some kind of tree here as well would also help to hold the soil together. But at the moment, we didn't have enough water to water the grass for it to grow fast enough to prevent this from happening, and this rain's caught us out. But not to worry, all we need to do here is deposit more soil here, fix up this edge of the mound, and we're going to sprinkle some grass seeds through it as well, so that the new soil has grass coming up through it, and it's all going to be held together by the root system of this grass. So not to worry, most of the mound is still here, and this is something that we can fix. But it's also something to be mindful of that can happen with earth structures like this when there's a heavy rainfall and there isn't enough vegetation yet to stabilize everything. So that was most of the damage that these rains caused, and aside from this little bit of silt wash off you can see here around the mound, we survived this downpour to prepare better for the next one. And it doesn't cease to amaze us that just the other day there were bushfires all around us, and we were pumping water from another dam to try and keep this place wet enough. This video was a quick update on the situation out here, and next up we'll share with you guys how we had a bore well drilled. See you in the next episode.